Good morning, fellow Guardians. So today I'm going to do another preparation video for next week's Grandmaster Nightfall, which is going to be the Proving Grounds Nightfall. Now, we didn't really know what it was going to be next week because originally it was blanked out, but as you can see here, they are going in order, and the next one is the Proving Grounds. Now, this is probably going to be one of the harder ones to prepare for because it hasn't already been a Nightfall in the past, but it's pretty simple. It's Cabal, so it's going to be unstoppable and anti-barrier. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, a bit of an odd one for this build. Hunter, as always, we always have the same Hunter do the same thing. So Omnioculus with bottom tree tether and invis for the melee ability. Very, very straightforward. If you don't have the Omnioculus, you can run it with Sixth Coyote, whatever you fancy. That's what we use. Very, very easy to use. It's great for survivability. Now, moving on from there, in terms of weapons, this is where it's going to get a bit weird. So we've got the Succession. Sniper is very good for range, very good for anti-barrier as well. And then we've got the Skyburner's Oath. Now, bear with me, I know it sounds really, really strange, but I'll explain more at the end of the video. I'll show you why as well, I'm going to be using that. And a Void rocket launcher as well, because Cabal's going to be Void and Solar as well, probably. So, now, with this, normally you'd think Scout Rifle, we'd put it with an anti-barrier rounds. I have not, and again I'll explain why later on in the video. But that's essentially it for the Hunter. Again, mods, whatever you fancy using. But yeah, that is it for the Hunter. So, moving on from the Hunter, we're going to move on to the Warlock. Now, our Warlock, again, everyone needs a Warlock in a Grandmaster Nightfall, just for the well. Everyone needs a well. Stay alive, most important thing. Right, well, obviously, middle tree, with healing rifts, very, very important, and with Phoenix Protocol, so you get kills inside, and it also works really well when you're getting your orbs back from the shield from the Titan as well. Now, in terms of weapon-wise, Succession as well, just for that range damage, the anti-barrier, all that's pretty good. Trusty, very, very good for anti-barrier, good solar gun, nice solid gun to use. Or any scout rifle you've got really. Solar one works best because of solar shields as well, and an anarchy just for some boss damage and range damage as well. In terms of mods, obviously anti-barrier scout, anti-barrier sniper, and a few other little bits and pieces, whatever you fancy using. Clearly I haven't done this one properly yet. Okay, moving on from the Warlock, we'll go on to the Titan. Now then, Titan he's going to be a tank, he's going to be a shield. Definitely run it with middle tree Void. This is essential. Obviously big banner as well. Now you run that with the Ursa Furiosas. As long as you're taking damage on that shield, you'll get about 3/4 of your super back. Very, very easy to use. Definitely needed in pretty much every Grandmaster I've ever run. Really, really helpful. Now in terms of weapon wise, we've got the Succession again. Now this is my god roll. This is what you should be going for. Reconstruction Vorpal, amazing for Grandmaster Nightfalls. Again, that's my opinion, but I find it best. Moving on from there, we've got the Palindrome. Now, it's really, very important to have a secondary weapon with Void on, just so you can keep popping your primary ammo on any Void shields that you come across. And also, it will run well with the unstoppable hand cannon rounds as well, and an Anarchy just for that damage. Okay, now that's essentially it for this. Again, all mods, whatever you fancy running. Now, this is just our builds. This is what we're going to be running. Okay, and yeah, that's essentially it for this. I will just go on to explain now why we are using the Skyburner's Oath. Very, very strange, but I'll explain it now. So, I know at the start of the video you were all looking at this loadout thinking, why are they running Skyburner's Oath? So, I'm going to explain and show you firsthand. Now, in the Proving Grounds Nightfall or Strike, this orange bubble pops up right at the start, and also in the boss room it pops up 2 or 3 times in the boss room as well. Now, I put up a short video yesterday about a little glitch spot you can get into for the Grandmaster, which will be absolutely perfect. You can get up onto the ledge higher up where no ads can shoot you except for the boss. He can throw those big balls at you. But anyway, the only thing you can't do is these orange bubbles. Now, that is why we've equipped the Skyburner's Oath. Now, in terms of the Skyburner's Oath, at the very beginning of this video, I told you why we're not going to be using. Sorry, I told you we're not going to be using the anti-barrier scout rifle mod. Now I'm going to show you why, because if you've got the anti-barrier scout rifle mod, You try shooting through this bubble and it says immune. So if we take that off, like that, and now if you aim just below the center of this bubble, you can see I'm getting damage numbers there. If the boss wants to move, just like that. So you have to aim just below it, like so. There we go. Once you get it, it's easy, and you just keep shooting it. Now this is going to be absolutely amazing for the Grandmaster Nightfall, because you can stay up on that ledge. You don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about coming down and getting close to the boss for these bubbles. Now it does take ages. Hopefully it will still take the same amount of time in the GM, but it works, which is the most important thing. Now you can do it if you want to do it, just hip firing it, because obviously it fires the rounds quicker. There we go. So it does take time. It definitely takes time. But from higher up it should be a bit easier because the bosses wouldn't move. But yeah, that's essentially it from me, guys. And yeah, thank you very much for checking out the video. If you are going to be using something a bit different than what we're using, definitely write it in the comments, let everyone else see what you're using, might make it a bit easier for other Guardians as well. And yeah, that's essentially it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video, and yeah, toodles!